Now, science fiction games. You know me, and I love my sci-fi. But the question you have to ask yourself, are sci-fi games scary? Or are they just intense? You be the one to decide. Now, what we got right here is an in-depth analysis of a very, very iconic character in the sci-fi universe that really proved beyond a shadow of a doubt that science fiction can be a realm for scary, scary shit. Jesus. Oh my god. This sounds awful. Oh, Mary, Mother of Mercy. Oh, that hurt. Yes, the alien. The acid for blood, second mouth monster of deep space that we all grew up with. This iconic monster, or alien, or as they call it in the series, the xenomorph, has been around for quite a long time. And you know what? It has been revamped, repackaged, and shipped in very different mediums. It started with the movies on the big screen, which I have watched. I have loved every single one of them. But also there's the comic books, the novels, the toys for the kids. I mean, you gotta get the kids involved. And of course came the video games. What we are going to take a look at today is how the series of video games that started, and yes, they've been around since before the system I'm going to mention, still, what we're going to look at today is the aliens' appearance on the current generation consoles, all the way from Xbox 360 to PlayStation 3. Their triumphant run started with Alien vs. Predator, a crossover based off the popular comic, which became a movie, and now, of course, also for the longest time, been a video game franchise. A lot of people didn't like this matchup because they thought it was the exact same thing that was presented before on the PC that was released a couple of years back prior to this game's release. The first game on current generation consoles. And yeah, to a degree, every one of these haters had a good point. True, this isn't nothing new. It's just better graphics, revamped gameplay mechanics. Okay, you got me there. But at the same time, if you didn't like that, then how come you guys keep playing Assassin's Creed 100 times? 7 games, 8 games in. It's the same damn thing all over again, over and over. Seriously, you can't have one and not like the other. I'm sorry, it just doesn't work that way, people. This is the first time this has happened in the genre, so you know what? Cut the aliens and predators a little bit of slack. The game was enjoyable. It was fun to play with, and on top of that, it actually made me jump out of my skin a couple of times. It takes place around the second movie story arc. You can choose between the alien, the predator, or the colonial marine. And you know what? Personally, I like the Predator. You get all the future sci-fi heavy combat gear, the cloaking, the claws, the shoulder-mounted torpedo launcher. As the alien, you can crawl all over the walls. You're never really alone. A lot of the time, you have your little xenomorph buddies tagging along with you. You feel like a true hunter. Of course, against the humans, you got basically no problems against, but when you fight against the predators, it's a challenge. And of course, as the colonial marines, yeah, that would be probably the toughest, hardest version of this game to play, is as the humans. Sure, you get the pulse rifle, you get your armor, you get your trusty little motion tracker gizmo, but you know what, at the same time, when you're the human, you got all the odds against you. This game, for what it was worth, wasn't too bad. You know what? I enjoyed it from beginning to end, although I did wait 2 years to buy it. So when I bought it for like 25, 30 bucks. It's, for what you're getting, not really worth the full price, but then again, so is Assassin's Creed. It's not consistently worth paying $60, $70 over and over again for the exact same thing. Sure, they might add in a little new feature every new game. The graphics may improve a teeny bit, but let's face it, down to the bare nuts and bolts of it, it's the same game all over again and again and again. So yeah, like I said, ease off on the AVP genre, okay? This is an enjoyable game. I didn't have a problem with it, and you know what? For what I got out of it, the enjoyment, that's what is all. That's all that counts, honestly. And yeah, my rating for this game, for what you get, and for the price that I personally paid for it, it's not worth full price. But you know what? For what I got out of it, I give it an enthusiastic 6.5 out of 10.
Good job, rookie. I guess we're even. How's the head? Come on in and grab yourself a pulse rifle, kid. What the heck was...
Okay, next up we had the second Alien game on the current generation console. This game, for everyone, including myself to a little degree, was a letdown. It wasn't any of our fault. We're not being haters. We just were deliberately misled. The creators of this game kept on promising and promising the latest and the greatest of graphics. And yeah, the little trailer they made for the game, the little sneak peek they gave us was polished. It was smooth. It was epic. Awesome. And when they gave us the finished product, we got subpar, PlayStation 2 graphics. It just felt like the game was not done. Maybe they got rushed towards the end. They had to give us something. I don't know. And honestly, it just felt like, maybe it would have been worth a delay to give us a more worthy product that at least measured up to the original expectations that the producers led us to believe that this game would be. But that being said, the game itself, for me, once I got past that part, it felt like a trip down nostalgia lane. I'm not even kidding you. This game, Colonial Marines, really captures the charm and the essence of the original movie Aliens, the second movie in the whole franchise. It takes place a short while after the second one ended, acting like a true spiritual successor, like an honorary sequel for this movie. This game, just the sound effects, the sound, the atmosphere, voice acting, everything. It just feels like you're taking a back seat into a new version of the same movie, and it was epic that way. I like that. It was challenging. You got to meet some new faces, some familiar faces from the movie. And on top of that, you get to see some new kinds of aliens. You see guys trying to take some new ideas and put something else together that we have not yet seen before as a gamer. And for what it was worth, I paid full price for it. I still played the game through because I figured, hey, I paid for it. I might as well get my money's worth out of it. And after I got past the lousy graphics promised that let's face it, those guys dropped the ball. The game itself, it was like a trip down memory lane. I just treated it like I was playing a retro PS2 game, and I was better off for it because this game really was enjoyable. I mean, it was intense. Like I said, it captured everything that you would expect out of the Alien movie, and that. What's going on back there? And that was really worth the amount of money I shelled out. So yeah, I give this game another 6 out of 5. I mean, not 6 out of 5, 6.5 out of 10. Like I said, because of a letdown promise, you lose a lot of points for that.
You remember where it was? I do, sir. We'll ring grab it.
And last but not least, it took them a couple of tries, but as the old saying goes, 3 times a charm. They finally got it right. They produced a great Alien game that we've been waiting for. It took a couple of years to get it right, but you know what? They learned from the mistakes of all their previous attempts, and they gave us the final perfect product. I'm already going to tell you, this game got a 10 out of 10 for me. What we have here is Alien Isolation, the honorary successor, the spiritual sequel to Alien, the original movie that started the whole thing. You assume the role of a mechanic. You're not a badass, unkillable colonial marine. No, you're just a everyday, second-class mechanic named Amanda Ripley, the young daughter of Eleanor Ripley, the original protagonist of the first and all the movies through. Now, basically, this game takes you right into a different dimension that not too many gamers have had a chance to experience with Aliens before. You are gonna die a lot, okay? First of all, you can't kill the alien. All you can do is annoy it and piss it off. The best you can do is either hide, throw anything like a Molotov at it, or use flamethrower, and that'll just scare it off. You can't kill this thing. You'll run into facehuggers every once in a while, and yeah, you can kill those too, because you do get a couple of guns. You run into scared crew members who are survivors on board the ship you happen to be on. They're killable, they're a lot easier to deal with, and then of course there's the crash test dummies from hell, the Working Joe synthetic robots. I'm not even kidding you, they look like crash test dummies with glowy red eyes. It's freaky They're tough to kill. You set them on fire, they'll just walk for a little bit. If you use enough flamey on them, they might drop, they might not. Just shoot them in the head. That puts them down. Now the alien, like I said, you cannot kill it. All you can do is either hide, distract, divert it, or scare it off. You'll never be able to kill it. This game captures everything perfectly from the first movie because the setting, the ship you're on, it looks just like the Nostromo, the ship that the first movie took place on. The atmosphere, the graphics, polished to perfection. Great voice acting, great cinematics, story, action. You're going to feel your pulse go up a couple of beats when you play this game. This is the one you've been waiting for. Yes, and it's a suitable, triumphant end to, let's just say, a legacy that's been trying so hard to give us, the gamers, what we finally wanted. You get what you want with this game. 10 out of 10. This game was the one you guys and I have been waiting for. It's survival horror, which is what this game, what the entire franchise started out to begin with. In space, no one can hear you scream. Seriously, this is the game you want. Full price, go get it right now. I loved it, and like I said, you can't kill the alien. All you're going to do if you shoot it is piss it off. So, you might want to, second guess yourself if you're going to think about pulling that trigger. Don't do it. Don't pull that trigger. It'll get you killed. The game itself is 14 hours long. You get a lot of playthrough for your money's worth. And you know what? You're going to play it over and over again anyway. Because it's that good. 10 out of 10. They finally did it. They gave us the game we were working for. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope you enjoyed this installment of the Gaming Home. Take it easy. Okay, and next time on the Gaming Helm, here's a little sneak peek of what you have to look forward to.